I'm a psychotherapist. I've been practicing for 35, 40 years. I went to graduate school in Minnesota, University of Minnesota, Duluth. The dean of the School of Social Work here at that time in Utah, Eunice Schatz, attended conferences that I and my partner happened to have gone to. And so she offered my partner a job and said it was the last bastion of feminism. I sit with people who are interested in deepening their relationship with themselves. And therefore, the consequence is that the relationship with others that they have is also deepened. You see, in the 60s, we didn't have the word mindfulness. Now it's sort of an sort of almost mystical thing. It's not mystical at all. It's probably one of the greatest medications, if you will, that you can take that is doesn't have a copay. I think we learn each time we sit down with ourselves, like we might sit down with a friend, a dear friend, right? And you're sort of thigh to thigh, and you love each other, and you sit quietly with each other, and you have that experience of, I hate that word, connected. We've just ruined it. But attachment, and it's meaningful attachment with ourselves, and who I hope the you sitting beside you becomes a good friend. The breath, it's the first thing we do, and it's also the last thing we do. So it's an exceedingly important part of our lives. It is life. It's not a part of our lives, it is life. The breath. And so focusing on the breath, just you're sitting there, and you can sit there with your eyes open or your eyes closed. And all you do is, like in your mind, right, wherever your mind might be, you sort of hone in on the breath that you're taking. And you're not doing anything. It's not like, oh, I have to breathe now. You are inhaling. And then you exhale. Might be a sigh with it. You might have had a hard morning. And you stay with the focus. So you stay with the focus. The focus is on in and out. You don't have to count. You don't have to regulate. The breath will do all of that for itself. So you breathe in and you breathe out. And it has a rhythm. And you just let yourself physically go with that rhythm. That astonishment, that appreciation. And it's the breath. In the meantime, you have thoughts, feelings, sensations. All of those are present. We don't want those to stop, because I don't want you to die. And we pay attention just for a second to the thought or the feeling or the sensation But we remind ourselves that what we're supposed to be doing, which is most helpful to us, not shopping or sweating. What is most helpful is the full-hearted attentiveness to the breath as it performs the miracle of life. You know, there are so many benefits. We are, I think, less isolated. I think we solve problems better. We are less depressed and anxious. We are, I think, calmer and therefore less reactive and impulsive, which at least certainly got me into trouble. When we're more present for ourselves, we're more present for everybody, all sentient beings, all the critters. We are encouraged to remind ourselves of the mishaps, if you will, of everyday life in a judgmental and unforgiving way. And I think how mindfulness helps us is we can shift that. We can neutralize that army of criticism and judgment, and I think be softer with ourselves. So you didn't fill the car up with gas, or you forgot to feed the cat. I mean, these are not death-inspiring problems. It has to be a habit. You can't just wake up one morning and say, "Oh, great, I'm a human, yes," right? And then not do it again. Because it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't. It's like, you know, it's like old cells. They just get brushed off. And for it to integrate, I think you have to really be conscious of how you take care of yourself and what your intention is every day. It has to be a repetition, like drinking good beer.